아, 네, 바로의 지하무덤.
does it take to bash through a door?
미쳐가지고 날뛰네. 어? 야, 미쳤어 아주. 여기 문으로는 못 가는 것 같고요.
Hurry! Break it open! Open that door!
Could look around with my focus.
How long does it take to bash through a door? Hurry! Break it open!
저 위치 맞다고 하는데, 응? 이런 통로가 아닌가? 응? 저 위에 있었어? 아,
My
야.
focus can show me anything.
Ah, is that a vent of some sort? Open that door!
저놈이 죽던지 아니면은 나랑 싸우게 되던지 하나일 것 같은데.
Did she make it to the other side?
A console. Maybe I can access Ted's files from here.
전투를 펼치게 되나봐요. 여기서도 약이 많이 보이는 거 보니까. 상관없어요. 어차피 다 죽여버리는 게 나을지도. 자, 먼저 제가 콘솔을 하도록 하죠. 회수할 건 회수해야 되니까.
There. Omega clearance. Got it. What do you have to say for yourself, Ted?
Somtow's dead, along with his kid. Found him on the floor of his office this morning, holding hands. Must have poisoned themselves. I never would have put them to sleep. She was just a girl, for Christ's sake. I offered them life, and this is how they repaid me, by leaving me all alone. But I guess I've been alone since this whole thing began. Alone in bearing the burden. For the past. For the future.
Same old Ted. No matter who dies, he's the one feeling sorry for himself.
Liz's future. Liz's children. Someday they'll come, and I'll be here to greet them. Sometimes said my aging has stopped altogether. If anything, my cells are replenishing faster than normal. I just need some time for the mutations to calm down. Time. And energy.
변이?
Sometimes if they're reacting, give me what I need.
생체 무기로도 생겨?
Grow strong again. To get my shit back together. So I can greet the kids. They're gonna need me. My advice. My guidance.
괴물이
I won't be
됐네.
alone anymore.
Pharaoh's secrets. Are they here?
Not the ones you're looking for.
Then they must be in there.
Trust me. You don't want to go in there.
Are you mad? I haven't come all this way to stop now.
죽을 듯 시작하자마자.
At last, Pharaoh's legacy.
파로의
is
레거시에
mine.
의해 죽을 듯. You die. 생체 괴물로 변한 것 같아. 느낌에.
Is that?
It's him.
갇혀
Burn
있나?
it to ash.
Wait, no. Pharaoh has it rigged to melt down if...
Kill them too. No witnesses.
아,
I'm coming.
이씨, 엄청 세네, 씨. 다시. 불 엄청 세네요, 저거. 먹다가 죽었어, 먹다가.
Calling my target!
I want you dead.
start to overflow if he dies. We have to run.
뭐야?
Cover fire!
아, 다 안 잡고 나가도 되는 거야? 아, 뭐 일단 탈출. 아, 닿기만 하면 엄청 빨리 더럽히. 자, 싸울 필요가 없는 거 아니야, 그러면?
He dies. We have to run.
자, 살립니다. 용암 엄청 뜨거워요. 아, 달려간다, 달려간다. 용암이 차오르기 전에 달려간다. 고고. 런, 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 런. 오. 뭐야? 오.
Hurry, sire!
Come on.
Out of my way!
쓰레기인데 아주. 너도 죽어라, 야. 죽네. 어우, 뽀사졌어. 어우, 어떡하지? 오, 장난 아니게 달어. 저기 닿기만 하면.
Soldiers,
Cover in my sights! The Outlander's here! We've gotta help them! No!
still in this fight.
탈출.
Are you okay?
What happened?
We found something that will help. Not just your homeland, but everywhere.
But where's the CO?
He's gone. I guess you could say he gave his life to help us attain the secrets of Thebes.
I see. You must think I'm eminently stupid.
What? No. No.
The CO was an entitled egotist who twisted our beliefs into a sickening, self-serving fantasy. And you expect me to believe he sacrificed himself for scraps of data? It's time for the truth, and it better be convincing. Otherwise, I'll simply order these soldiers to open fire.
Hold on. You're right. To be honest, the CO screwed everything up. He brought Thebes down around our ears and died like a gutless coward. But we really did find something down there that will help your homeland. If I can take it and use it. Now, if I have to, I will fight my way out of here, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can just let me go. And then take credit when things start to improve.
Success certainly does sound better than failure. It seems then that our destinies are intertwined. Landfall is open to you. If it will help your cause, you may come and go as you please. But Alva must join you and report back on your efforts.
아, 얘는 시이오한테
No further value to
혐한
us.
길었지.
Obviously, we're going back to the flotilla. Alva, I expect your reports to be thorough.
혐한 길었지. 아무튼 벌써 위로 올라와 있다는 것 자체는
I
시이오를
thought he was
믿지
going to have
않았다는
us
거야.
killed. And instead, I get to join you.
Glad to have you. But you're going to need a little help to reach our base. Varl, I made a new friend. I need you to meet her at the Quen ferry and escort her back.
On it. Can't wait to meet her.
Trust me,
아예.
you'll love it there. Varl will give you a better focus and all the data you could ever want. Head to the ferry. I'll join you back east as soon as I can.
A
Yeah,
diviner
어디-
must follow the truth, wherever it leads. I'll see you there.
예, 8호의
Now
최후.
that I have Omega clearance, we should have what we need to capture Hephaestus. But before I head to the ferry, maybe I should stop by Landfall. With the CO gone, maybe more Quen will be willing to talk. Might be worth looking around the island too. I gotta change out of these clothes.
의상을 갈아입어야겠대. 저 후줄근하잖아. 아, 이 열매가 1400개나 있었어?
I can't believe the CO made me play dress up.
옷은 자, 옷을 먼저 소백의 의복. 다 좋긴 한데 저는 지금 노라 천둥 전사를 입고 있습니다. 빠사. 활쏘는 애한테는 이것만큼 좋은 건 없는 것 같아요. 물론 이제 더 좋은 게 있을지 모르겠는데 지금 저에게는 예, 기지로 돌아가기. 그 다음 퀘스트 제미니가 계속 진행될 것 같고요. 뭐 여러가지가 많이 있어요. 근데 이거는 제가 조금씩 하던지 해야 될 것 같고, 일단은 스토리를 계속 이어가도록 하겠습니다. 아, 기지 멀리 있네. 아, 강제 전환. 아이고, 새로 뭐 만들 게 있나? 일단은 기지로 돌아갑니다. 예. 알바도 이쪽으로 왔는지 모르겠네요. 열려라 참깨. 아, 뭐 여유롭게 있지. 근데 이게 없네. 롤러백 망치 꼬리. 나중에 꼬리 먼저 공격해서 찾아내야겠어요.
Only for you. There she is. I hear you found Thebes. How was it?
Maniacs, lava. What's not to like?
I'll remember that next time I go traveling.
At least I got what we needed to trap Hephaestus.
Good thing I got my gear ready then.
I was hoping you could help me with something. It's about the Tanakh rebels, and it also has to do with the Osram.
Really? That doesn't sound good. Let me know what I can do to help.
I discovered an Osram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tanakh rebels. They're familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Karja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Durval and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Karja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tanakh?
Pretty much.
Well, that's just great.
Is there any way you can help me find out who they are? Anything to track them down and stop them.
Well, I could have the Vanguard check Chain Scrape and Barren Light in case they're moving any supplies through there. But if they are, I'll bet they're being careful about it.
Yeah. And they have focuses too. Makes it easier for them to evade guards and patrols.
Hold on. Way back when we first met, you came looking for me in Meridian because you detected Olin's focus with yours, right? So does that mean that if I go back to the Daunt with this...
You could scan for other focuses.
And if an Oseram is wearing one of these, they'd have to be a part of that Prometheus group. Yeah, I've been known to have those once in a while.
Just let me know if you find anything.
You got it.
아무튼 스트라이크 말고 너의 훈련.
You look tired?
Ha! You never want to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission of yours. I wouldn't want to be the usual screw-up out there.
You'll do fine, Errant. You should know. Silence is involved with the Sons of Prometheus. He's the one who gave them the override tech to begin with.
Why doesn't that surprise me? That's probably all part of some master plan, huh?
At least we know we're good at wrecking those.
Damn straight.
Have you spoken with all?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale. She took to that new focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
자, 그러면 얘는 얘기 끝났고요.
I'll give you the heads up.
일단은 좀 시간이 남을 것 같으니까, 예. 오랜만에 오, 뭐 많어.
Aloy,
Right to work, I see.
there's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing. And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the late CO. And there's more ancestors out there, returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great. And Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
you're right.
탐구
I
학자
also
스타일이라.
owe you an explanation for everything that happened at landfall.
그래, 맞아. 큰 부족. 일단 CEO.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Teddfaro, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Teddfaro, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Pharaoh spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named CO, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The living embodiment of Teddfaro, a renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us. We had no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
You
원정대.
said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous. than I
하나씩
thought.
이야기를 전부 듣는
We
거예요.
lost
예.
most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast. Once we landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door, and more convinced that the title of CO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
What a great guy.
Gwen are
제정신이
wrong about
아니었어.
many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now. But what the CO became was a complete perversion of what principal diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
죽어서 다행이네요. 아까 걔도 조수로 있던 얘도 보아이 그래. 얘도
So,
CEO랑 관계가 안 좋았던 것
overseer.
같아요.
Will he run things better than CO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you mean. But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted.
자기들
to
그러니까 혀가
always
길어 이
do what's
새끼도.
best for him.
Yep, sounds about right.
예, 뭐 이런 얘기를 지금까지 몰랐으니까요. 잠시만요. 아직 좀 여유로워요. 예.
The ancestors, is that what?
Yes and no. The ancestors, those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CEO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
제 얼굴은 진짜 사람 같아, 진짜. 아.
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners. Peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to our family and increased rations. Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone, not even your family. Unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
It sounds harsh.
Like the focuses we keep, diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge. Last time I was allowed to see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that.
금지된
Back at the
지식.
greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy. And many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire. Like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before
검열이네, 검열.
What happens to diviners who break the rules?
I never had the courage to ask.
자, 이 정도로 얘기는 다 들었고요.
You
제니스.
mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined. Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
If only the overseers back home would do the same.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever legacy they left behind, the diviners haven't recovered.
자, 동료.
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's funny because one of your friends is, well, another you. Not that you are the same person at all. I mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek. But even so, you're different.
Yeah, we are.
너무 네거티브하지. 자, 또
I
다른
hope
동료?
everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely
진짜
welcoming.
사람 얼굴 같아 얘는.
And they
볼록볼록한 게.
share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, With this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has never had this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
자,
I need to get going, but if you need anything,
All I need is to help you succeed in your mission. The plan Gaia told me about, to capture Hephaestus, it will help set things right.
I hope so.
Then I will do whatever I can. I promise.
예. 빠르고 오랜
From the
얘기
look on your
하네.
face, I'd say the mission was a success.
I got Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the word.
I see all of us settled in nicely.
Our new Quen friend? The moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long leg.
Yeah, that's Alva for you. Now that I have Omega clearance, we can grab Hephaestus and finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once. Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to bloom. What? I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
I'm glad you and Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, you're to blame for that.
자,
I should
바이.
Of course.
자, 그리고 자, 얘랑도 좋아도 대화
Welcome
나눠야죠.
back.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I could barely keep up as she gave herself a tour of the base. Varl gave her a new focus. Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale, I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Sounds like Alva.
전형적인 학자 타입. 네,
How
동료.
are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his new... Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal versus meat. A must-see battle between... You'd think we have enough of that going around.
자,
Read
훈련.
anything interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusion. Apparently it helped soothe that and some sort of cleanse their aura.
향초랑 차에 대한 이야기. 거품 목욕.
Stick to singing.
자, 대단한 내용은 아니네요.
That means we'll be going after Hephaestus soon.
자, 그러면 일단은 이야기를 나누고요. 가이아랑 이야기를 나누고 그 다음에 진행이 되겠네요.
Welcome back.
웰컴 백.
Aloy. I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct. But the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
더 오래 붙잡고
Even with
있어야 돼.
Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
너무
Each hour
긴데?
increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths.
제니스를 먼저 잡아야 될 것 같은데.
2 cores. 2 overrides. What if the merge were carried out by 2 clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of 2 operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
오, 대폭 주네. 그럼 둘이
Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here.
큰일이다.
It is in bad shape.
Okay.
이게 정신 상태가 좀 불안해요. 예. 오히려 작전에 쓰는 거는 사고를 낼 것 같아. 고고.
Aloy. I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you. Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. A slave. Forever.
다 하트로 그냥.
And I will be at Gemini too. I'll protect you. As soon as we get Hephaestus, we'll come straight back here. The Zeniths aren't going to find us. You don't have to be afraid. No! You can't protect me. Nothing can protect me from them. I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand! You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect?
용기. 신념, 용기.
Beta, you don't have a defect. Beta, look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win.
서로를 이해하는 그 과정이야? 베타는 나중에 죽을 것 같은데 느낌에. 어? 주인공이 둘이잖아.
You don't have to go on the mission. We'll find another way. I'll go. You said you'd try to protect me. I believe you. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again. Do you understand?
죽여달라는 건가?
Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible. I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
Aloy, whenever you're ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations for the mission.
Hey, I am. So how goes studying up on Guy and I have added a function visualize the data stream from it should make expunging its malicious code a little more. That's great. Whatever we can do to cut down the merge time is going to good work. But whenever you're ready. All of us
좀 더 전보다 안정을 찾은 것 같네요.
She told me she's not allowed to access a lot of the data her people have, similar to the restrictions I had in mind. I told her that if we succeed, then once we return, I'll help her search for more. Even though Gaia will fix the biosphere, it'll take time for. So, I want to help speed things up. How so? Bioengineering of more resilient plant strains, novel crop production methods, something that might help in the short term. I'm sure she'll appreciate it. So when you talk to the others, are you called? No, they'll come down here to visit. Like Erend. But loud. I wish I could show him the media portal and the data channel. I think he would like the sports hollows. There was one where two people would criticize each other before wrestling to see who was stronger. It was bizarre and violent, but I think Erend would enjoy it. Yeah, you're right. I bet he would. I'll be going now. Okay.
자, 이제 예, 가이아 대화하는 부분까지 진행을 해놓으면 좋겠네요.
And dirt. Don't forget all that dirt we had to bring in.
Hello again, Aloy. Hello, Aloy.
Hey, Gaia. So, me and Beta, I guess you heard what happened.
Yes. I am continuously impressed by the complexity of human relationships. Despite the unpleasant circumstances that led to your quarrel, I am pleased to see you have both found an agreeable resolution.
Well, two heads are better than one, right?
Yes, I believe so. Are you ready to depart for Cauldron Gemini?
예, 아직 안
Or we
끝났어.
can continue our conversation, if you like.
이야기를 좀 더 예스게. 오, 재민이로 가자가
How's all of us settling in?
As soon as she arrived, a particular file soon information about a machine. I informed her that once I am empowered with the ability, I may be able to.
I'm sure she'll let. So, about Beta. She's been through so much.
You have both endured different in almost. I like to think of you as two miracles.
3, then. Let's not forget about you, Gaia. When I set out to find a way to bring you back, I never thought we'd be here, like the—
They have all come a long way with it. Varl has suggested that one day we might extend this model to more tribal inhabitants. Once the
Yeah, that's not such a bad idea. As long as you're the one running the lessons. So our plan to capture Hephaestus.
As you wish. We now know that Hephaestus will not respond to your Alpha clearance.
Which is why I got Tedfaro's Omega clearance.
Correct. While you were gone, Beta when we get to Gemini, I will need to be installed on one of the... The second core is for Hephaestus. Using Omega...
And then you'll be able to absorb it.
Not quite. You will need to manually remove Hephaestus's malicious code.
과정이 복잡해.
How long will that take?
Because the work will be split between you and Beta.
And during that time, the others will create a distraction for us using the pulse generators, right?
Correct. They will each take position at a cauldron door. The energy surge should mask our activities until...
And then we'll have everything we need to defeat the Zeniths.
준비가 덜 됐어.
Farewell.
지금 하면 이제 작전이 시작돼요. 작전이 시작 전에 일단은 최소한 가마솥은 다 진행을 해놓고 싶습니다. 가마솥 카이, 가마솥 카파 2개가 있죠. 요거는 진행을 하고 그 다음에 가마솥 제미니가 진행되도록 하겠습니다. 일단은 지금 이제 동료가 전부 다 모아진 것 같아요. 알바까지 포함을 해가지고 동료가 다 모아진 것 같으니까 다음에는 뭐야, 이거 퀘스트야 뭐야?
I hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. The ones Gaia and Beta built. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Is everything all right?
Not anymore. We just needed to talk some things through.
To understand one another. Oh, and
얘 퀘스트가 있나봐요.
Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors and here on Earth, right?
yeah, it is. Part of maybe Nikita around. The legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy, or Sung Jiao. It is said she found new ways, but my curiosity fades our view of Visser. Perhaps it is better.
도움. 이게 이제 이 알바 전용 퀘스트인가 봐요. 다른 애들은 다 퀘스트를 하나씩 해줬죠.
You mentioned there was
퀘스트.
something you needed help with?
Yes. So, as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No, Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway, if we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan, maybe she won't have to be.
Okay. So, where in San Francisco is this facility?
That's the thing. The data doesn't say where exactly, but one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever this facility is, well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
Of course. I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
Thank you, Aloy.
I should go. Make sure you talk.
May your path lead.
And like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
I appreciate it.
새로운 사이드 퀘스트 금지된 레거시입니다. 예, 일단은 이 정도로 이번 영상은 마무리를 짓게 되겠습니다. 이게 여기에 커럽터. 예. 이제 마지막 하나 남았네요. 기계 스캔. 구멍 뚫린 건 있긴 하지만 뭐 많은 데이터베이스를 모은 건 사실이에요. 예, 오늘 영상은 이 정도로 하도록 할게요. 사이드 퀘스트도 또 열렸고, 할 거는 너무 많은데, 영상으로 다 찍어서 보내기가 애매한 그런 느낌. 예. 마무리 짓기도 아쉽고요. 예. 다음은 일단은 다른 사이드 퀘스트보다도 가마솥 위주로 진행해 볼까 합니다. 예. 그럼 다음 영상은 가마솥 카이로 해가지고 진행하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 그러면 다음 영상에서 만나요. 안녕.